All right, you're still on to TMI this beautiful Thursday morning. Right now, we're going to be talking about tackling dirty money in politics. Tackling dirty money in politics. We know that a lot of things are happening. The campaigns are it's on already. A lot of people are bidding for various seats. Talking about a lot of political seats from the presidential to the senatorial, governorship, and even to the lowest in government. But the campaigns are on. We're going to be seeing a lot of spendings here and there. But we must talk about tackling dirty money in the Nigerian politics. When we talk about dirty money in politics, we're talking about money laundering, embezzlement, money that has to do with questionable sources, money that cannot be traced to a genuine source. That's what we mean by tackling dirty money in politics. And today, I have two notable analysts with me in the studio. I have Comrade Uyusa Edobo.
Thank you.
Good morning. And I have Honorable Festus with me. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
It's a pleasure to have you join me in the studio this morning. So first off, I'm going to be starting with you, Comrade Edobo. So tell us, what's your take on the topic, tackling dirty money in politics? Let's start off from there.
Well, like you rightly said, dirty money. What will you term as dirty money? Money that cannot be fully accounted for by legitimate means. So these monies are quite rampant in our society, more especially with the elites, people who are into politics. So you see, this has been one of the tools which is being used to suppress transparent political electoral processes that has been taking place in Nigeria. And you see, like I always say, when you have this in abundance in society, what happens? People who have genuine interest for the nation, to go into leadership role, to go into political processes, they cannot even afford the process because we have so much enormous of money which cannot truly be accounted for that is currently in Nigerian politics. So first of all, for me, I feel that before you go into politics, you should be properly audited. There should be a way, whatever process you are going to go through the ICPC, through the Economic Financial Commission, whatever process, you have to be fully audited to be sure that whatever money you are bringing into this politics, it actually was gotten from a genuine source, from other business of walks of life. So, but that's not the case. But here in Nigeria, what you find out that you see people coming to Nigeria, they have traveled over 20 years, 30 years, they just come into Nigeria, they go ahead and take up senatorial tickets, they bring in money, you don't even know where they got their money from. And these are the problems, and it's creating big problem in Nigeria.
All right, so I would have to hold you there for a minute. Honorable Festus, what do you think about dirty money in politics?
Good morning, viewers. Dirty money in politics is something that has been on for years, and I guess we as youth will be happy if Nigeria government, the Nigerian society can do without it. First, from the political point of view, when we're talking about dirty money in politics, you have to look at, as a politician, how much are you supposed to use for your campaign? I guess Annex specifically have given the benchmark of what you can use as a president. The last time I checked was ₦1 billion. The governor was 100 million. Now, if you are supposed to use ₦1, and at the end of the day you are using 10 naira, you are supposed to be fined, you are supposed to be sanctioned. But over there, we've not seen any person that has been called like, hey, Mr. A, they're supposed to use ₦1 million for your campaign, but at the end of the day, you're using 10 million. Maybe because you are worthy. It's not supposed to be like that. So the dirty money there is not actually about you being worthy, but it's about you spending above the benchmark that has been given.
So for you, as long as you have, reached the benchmark given to you by the INEC, automatically it's dirty money.
It's dirty, yes. Now, if on a normal note, you're supposed to go to campaign ground voluntarily. But because you don't have that crowd, what you do is you now buy people 5,000, 2,000. You go to the market and say, who want follow us, go campaign today? Say, 2,000, I never see money since, so I follow this man. They go with you. At the end of the day, you see them in television and say, the crowd was too much. The crowd, people are with us. Those are dirty money. It's not about the crowd this time. You bought those people over. And truth be told, if you actually make the money from the right source, you're not going to use it like that.
I've seen situations where youths, cajoled into joining various rallies, various conventions, just to make the crowd look, sizable and much, so as to, bring the idea that this person is well supported. So for you, Honorable Comrade Adobo, do you think that this is okay? To pay, to give out bees, freebies, just to give out money, to people, just to make them gather, for you to be able to say, oh, he has so much support.
Well, you see, like you said, first of all, it's not an ideal thing to do. And if you even look at our constitution very well, it is even a punishable offense to do that. But we have seen cases whereby people openly declare that, do that in our society, and nothing. We also are aware in this country years ago, somebody brought out bullion van in his house and started sharing money. So, and not just only the people who does that, even the electorate himself, they're also part of the problem. That is the reason why proper sensitization has to take place. We have to let these people know that you are mortgaging your future just for 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira. But the biggest tool which these people use, the elites, is that poverty. They used it on these persons because some of these persons they have not even eaten. So what do you expect from them? They will still go out and take it. But it's a punishable offense. And this should be a practice that should be completely be against in our society. And it is destroying our processes. That is the reason why you see all these political elites, they feel that they can come at any point in time and cajole the people and get away with it. So it is something that we should be highly discouraged in our society. So, and again, the problem is not just the elites. We, the masses, are also the problem. Now look at most of this convention, the last convention. You can see that who are the people that elect these people that goes to represent us? There are fellow people like that, which are the party, we'll call it delegates. These are individuals that have been bought by money. The highest bidder goes. So at the end of the day, after paying such money for those people, and you expect to get a good leader. So these are problems. So it's something that should be discouraged, should not be encouraged, and it's a punishable offense. And if our institutions are actually working, I think by now, most of these people that gives out money, that declare bullion vans and give us, they should be arrested by now. That's my position.
So now to you, Comrade Festus. Now, if we were to tackle the issue of dirty money in politics, where do you think we are to start from?
If we are to tackle dirty money politics, I guess that next should be up and doing. They should wake up to the fact that they need to monitor campaigns. You see, if you don't monitor campaign, people do whatever they like. They just wake up and tell you our rally is going to be in 2 days time. So you, 1 million, go and pack people to the venue. But if INEC can actually monitor campaign, there is need for INEC to actually be, if possible, on the campaign ground, interview 1 or 2 persons. Let's see if actually some persons were bought over. And number 2, the National Orientation Agency is not doing anything at all, because when someone comes to you in a civilized country and tell you, we want to go campaign and follow us now, you have the right to arrest that person. I don't know if you're getting me. So the National Orientation Agency should wake up to their duty. They should reorient the Nigerian citizen. Nigerians should be reoriented about the need to play politics without monetary interest. And I guess a lot of persons will tell you poverty is the main reason why people will collect money. Will do this. When I look at them, I laugh. You just said something about delegates. For you to be a delegate from your local government, you're not poor. But you see these persons, they go there, they have one intention. The intention is just to make money. So the kind of orientation we have in Nigeria is that orientation of whenever you are opportune, just get the money. Whenever you have the mix to get to that place, don't do anything, get the money. So when they come to the market, why will a market woman that left her house to sell leave what she's supposed to be selling, run down to the campaign ground for 2,000-3,000 naira when she ought to be making her money? So why poverty is an underlying factor, there is more to this psychological analysis of who we actually are. As a politician, at times I'll tell some persons, for the few years I've been in politics, I'm not after your money. I have political leaders that we don't even see here in yards. Reason because I work and I make my money. And for the way we are grooming ourselves, we are not after you bringing money for us, but we're after we doing the political thing the way it ought to be. So while we are looking at poverty, let's think about this orientation we have in Nigeria. We have seen a situation whereby a young man that is just 22 is given a political position. Instead of that young man to impart his society, his environment, the man begins to buy cars. He will tell you, if I come out here now, if you don't see opportunity again, oh, may I quit doing. Then you see another man looking from behind will say, if this man not doing this kind of time, he fail now. I don't know if you've seen situations like that. So why we are talking about that poverty instinct or the poverty that is ravaging the society, let's look at our orientation. Let's broaden on that. Is our orientation the kind of orientation that I can come out after a local government chairman for 3 years and I'll tell you, for 3 years of the chairman, I did this road, I built this market, this park is because of me, this is because of me, but I don't have a house. Then one man will come from back and say, shut up, why you not build a house? I don't know if you are getting it. Dirty money politics. Now let's look at the governor. What is their salary? What is the salary of a senator? But after 4 years, they become big. That's where the whole thing comes from.
So you think the salary of these political holders is not enough to give them
not that it is not enough. What I'm trying to say is, it's not too fat that after 4 years, you become a multi-millionaire, if not even a billionaire. It's not as big as we think.
Okay,
but
let's not go into how political office holders plan their lives after their politics. It's okay for me to say I want to work here for a particular number of years, and it's okay for me to save, towards my retirement. Yeah. However, and whatever I've been able to realize after my retirement is as a result of what I was able to save.
No, madam, what I'm trying to say is there is this orientation in our society that if you are there, you have the first goal is to go and collect the money. That's why a market woman will leave her shop because of 2,000-3,000 and go to campaign.
So it's like
so this orientation thing is not actually about the poverty. First, the poverty is a factor, but the orientation. How do Nigeria think that if you are there, you did not collect the money, you did not build house, no car, your family is not living well, you've not said. All right,
we'll have to move on to you. So what do you think are some other ways we could actually stop this dirty money in politics?
See, I listened to Honorable Festus. You see, he talked about orientation. He said poverty is not just only two. You see, we have poverty of the mind. You see, that is the reason why you see even the elect who already have money already, it's just like human wants, which is not satiable. So they keep going, they keep want to embezzle. So, and again, there's also called mentor and mentee. If you look at a young man in a society today, the first thing that comes to him, he sees political office as an avenue for him to become wealthy overnight. Once you are elected into a political position in Nigeria, that's completely worth for you. First of all, we need to start making our political office less attractive in terms of finance, because the money involved in Nigerian politics is extremely too much. So we should start seeing like as an opportunity for you to serve your nation.
Rather than an opportunity
for you to get yourself enriched. But this is it. Then you are saying that is the orientation. What are these people? People have mentors, people have leaders they look up to. Look at all the leaders, the people who you are working. So a child who's growing up now, he's seeing political position, he's seeing this leader. How do you expect him tomorrow? He's also going to think alike. That is the reason why we have to change that narrative. Then, from another perspective, it is good to talk about this, but another thing we need to look at, we have to look at real governance, power separation, the three arms of government. The reason why most of these politicians, they go about with dirty monies, spending it on the society without this is because, one, they feel that they are above the law and they can go away with whatever they want. You see, in current, let's not act as if we don't know what is happening in Nigeria. In our Nigeria today, executive controls almost everything. The executive, they supersede even the judiciary, which is supposed to be a separate arm. You see, you go to court, you cannot even get verdict.
So are you saying that more checks and balances should actually be the way to...
Yes, we should be able to, there should be check and balance. The executive, people, you are, in this country over the past years, we have talked about corrupt leaders, how they have taken them to court and this thing. How many of these leaders have actually been persecuted?
Okay, now, now, when going into a new office, when someone, we've seen situations whereby someone in a certain position is actually bidding for an higher one or whatever, do you think these people should actually go into for them? That question is for you. Do you think they should be probed? When going into another office.
When you use the word probe, at times many of us will laugh. I'm trying to remember a form you are supposed to fill, not supposed that you fill, that you state all your work before you begin a public office, like the governor, access declaration form, yes. You fill it. At the end of the day, you are going to tell us, I am worth 10 million. After 8 years, 2 tenures as a governor, now you are worth 20 million. You know what happened in this country, like what he just said? It's a kind of, I know, although he's not trying to align with what I mentioned, that orientation. You go to the bank, the governor will meet a banker, 5 accounts under this name, controlled by me. So what they are declaring the assets, they're not going to include those things, because if you go to the bank, you're not going to see anything.
So are you saying that it's not possible for someone
probing them is a problem, because if you probe them, you take them to court, they are going to bad verdict at times.
That's why we have the EFCC.
Like what he said, how many persons have been persecuted? How many has been jailed?
Okay, let's take for example...
just an addition. You see, he was talking about asset declaration. In this same country we saw the former Chief Justice, Justice Honore. Because he started having problem with the current government, they went back and that's when he saw that he did not declare one of his foreign reserve accounts. So they were not there before they went in the CJ. So they didn't check out these things. These are problems. So it's only when they are after you, that's when they...
Okay, let's take, for example, the Abacha route. That was brought back. And so do you think that the issue of the whole Abacha route, we may not really go details into it because of time, but do you think situations like this could actually be avoided? Probably when the person was actually doing this thing, why did it take so long to actually notice? Do you think things like this or situations like this could actually be avoided when people in political positions are well audited?
See, the only person, there are 2 kinds of persons in Nigeria that you can't arrest: the governor and the president. And that's where the problem starts from.
We just only have that for immunity.
I'm coming. That's why I said that is where the problem comes
when they are out of position, like we've seen situation of
at the moment,
state governor who actually is started from the day
he left over.
So we cannot.
No, the reason why I'm trying to come from that angle is this: at the moment, you have to follow up. What they do is this, as governors, and I'll tell you, the problem of Nigeria at times is not even the president. Those governors, they are a problem. When they sit as a governor, first crime, nobody to observe because immunity is there. Then they plan bigger one. Second, nobody to observe.
Are we talking general now, rather than talking about the governors in particular?
I'm just saying my view, general, yeah.
Political positions. Yes.
The reason why I'm narrowing it down to the governors is because these persons have immunity and you can't do there anything. Now let's go to the ministries.
For the space of time they
yes, let's go to the ministry where you have a minister. When a minister commits one or two crimes and is coming to the public, you see the president will say, no, I have to change this man fast. Another person will come in. In a sane country, that minister ought to face the law. But because he have the goodie bag, the money is there. This man is going to spread that same dirty money to some persons.
Okay.
That you will now see an Abuja High Court giving a verdict, one other court in Port Harcourt giving a verdict, another one giving a verdict.
Okay,
everywhere.
Let's not debate too much. We're coming back to the view what we're talking about. Dirty money in politics. We talked about the political office holders and we talk about how they spend it in politics. Who do they spend it on? They spend it on people. Yes. So, these people, which are the electorate, the masses, don't you think, coming from our own side, they could actually avoid dirty money being spent in politics if they refuse to collect this money?
Yes, that's what I said. I said the electorates are the biggest problem. We the masses. Because first of all, the money you're talking about, like you rightly said, is being spent on the electorate. Let me give you just an example. I have a friend who is going for a political position. Now, the day he declared his interest, that he wants to run for a political position, he received up to 5 letters in his house. One community told him that they don't have transformer. He should come and buy transformer for them. Some persons were coming that their children have not paid school fees and everything. So at the end of the day, he has not even started. It's just only made an interest. And you can see the problems of the masses. They're already bringing their family problem to this same person. Now, at the end of the day, after doing all these things for them, he gets into public office. And you expect him not to recuperate back his money. It's not going to happen. So he's going to look for a way to get this money back. So first of all, we have to let these people understand that it is not these persons who are coming into public office. They are not coming there to come and embezzle money for their person. They are coming there to serve. And you must allow these people to be able to serve very well. So when you bring in your family problem, your community problem...
So are you saying that bringing family problems to these political office holders is the major thing that will push them into picking up money?
That is part of the tool, which is because it is an poverty mentality. Because you have to understand that these persons, what they are going there to serve, and they should be able to give account of what is being spent, how they spent it. So, but when you go there and you start asking them to do this for you, where are you expecting them to get this money from? Is it from their salary? So after doing this things for you, so these people have to look for a way. That's why I said the process that brings these politicians into political offices is very important. You don't expect me. Just look at the major political parties now. You and I understand very well that the money you use in securing even just the nomination form in PDP or APC, if you combine all the rest political parties together, if you combine all the money together, it's not even up to half of it. So you can see that after buying this nomination form for 15 million, 20 million, and then campaign has not started though. You're not even talking about the delegates that they have bribed all through. So at the end of the day, when this person spends this money, who are they spending for? Who are they giving money? The delegates, are they not the electorate? They're not the electorate. Then tomorrow you now expect this person to this. So the problem is that the electorate is also part of the problem. So you should have to understand that when people are coming up for political office, you have to look at these persons. Look at what are they bringing in terms of intellectual capacity. What are they be able to do in their own personal walks of life, in their own personal business endeavor? How are they be able to affect their own common communities and society? These are the apparatus, these are the parameters we need to use to check these people. Rather than getting money from them, collecting all they have, and you expect them to do something. If I'm going into a political office and I see that I go through the process without spending money, without having to bribe anybody, I will know that the people are watching me very well. They have a sense of responsibility, and at the end of the day, I have to make sure that these persons I deliver for them. But I haven't paid all of them. What do you expect from me?
Okay, so you think that electors should be less demanding when it comes to campaign? When we're already in the campaign period, it has started. Yeah. So do you think that there shouldn't be much of throwing money around at this point?
I guess it's a two-way factor, demanding and throwing money. You see, there are politicians that are philanthropists. There are politicians that are givers.
Okay, I'm going to bring that part out. There are politicians that are givers.
Yes.
But we are in a season where you want something. Let's create a scenario here. You are the person that wants to go into a political office. For example, you want to go into the House of Assembly, for example. You're bidding for that seat. You are a giver. I'm not, disputing the fact that you are a philanthropist, a giver. But you're giving me something at this time. Don't you think that that is you trying to influence my choice of leadership?
You know why I chuckled? I have a professor, Professor Aloto. She said something one day in class that herself and the husband were discussing, and the husband was like, dear, when students give money to lecturer, even when they are not your students, how do you feel? The woman was like, no, students don't work. They're not supposed to give you money. That's why I chuckled.
So now bring it back to the
scenario here is
this campaign era.
Before campaign, there are politicians that, if you go to their house now, there are people there, even while campaign is not on.
But campaign is already on.
Now, when campaign is on, there will still be people in the house.
Outside people in their house. I am just in the market. I'm trying to buy one or two things.
Do you know those politicians?
Sorry, I'll have to hold you here. Here comes someone who is bidding for a particular seat and is sharing tomatoes. He's sharing tin tomatoes. He's sharing noodles.
What have you never shared before?
He's offering me something, He's offering me something I did not ask. I went to the market to buy those stuff. But here is someone giving it to me for free. So isn't that, spending, is that supposed to be what campaign should be all about?
What the person is doing at the moment is working on the psychology of those market women.
Is this right? Is
Not
this
right.
supposed to be?
Not right, in one hand.
But you just talked about being a giver.
Listen, that's why I said in one hand. If it is something you have been doing before. Now, I want to say something. Permit me to use this word. There is a man who called Mr. Project in Benin.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't like you to be particular.
No, I'm not going to call the person's name.
I wouldn't like you to be particular in any
Now,
way.
this person has been giving out projects before. And maybe during campaign, just go to your community and say, these people I heard will be suffering about this thing. Recently, there's a community here that he just said, okay, we're going to start building a school. If he does it during campaign, then it's not a problem. But if he has not been doing it before, like I've never been to these people, or to any other persons to say, okay, as a man, I have been giving some things to these people. Now, it is your turn, take. Last month, these people get it, but I want people to be the recipient
now. So for
now.
you, whatever I do,
not whatever,
within the period of
campaign, if you have been doing it before, it is not a problem. But if because you are going to that position, you not think it is ideal for me to do it. I have an NGO where we empower people. Now, if I am contesting, and I say, okay, now we are here because I've seen a lot of people here that need to be empowered, we are going to pick randomly 20 persons to empower. Because I've been doing it before, I'm not doing it because I wanted to vote for me. I don't know if you are getting it, but okay, if I just wake up and say, we are complaining, these people now, they need work, okay, 20 people, and watch me, I might not even empower them.
All right, I'll have to hold you there. All right, let me just get lastly from you, but I still need you to talk about this. Okay. Just round up with this one. Okay. Do you think it's okay? Do you think me doing good to my people at this time is in any way trying to manipulate them, to vote for me?
Like you said,
going in mind that I am a giver, I'm a known philanthropist.
Yes, see, if you have been, we have to look at, there's a track record.
We have to do that. Okay.
Yes. There should be a track record.
Okay.
Looking at it, if you have been a giver, and the people know that this person have always been giving over time, given this period, if I give in this period, should even be more. Because the truth is that you are going for election. Yeah. You want them to come. But at which the mindset at which you are going into it, that's what is more important. So giving is everywhere in the world. They give. I live as well, they give. So giving is not a problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're talking about dirty money in politics. Thank you very much. Our analysts have been very, very, very wonderful. Thank you. So I would love to have you some other time and probably talk about this because this is the campaign period and issues like this on the ground.
Okay. Lastly, I will say something. For the general public, we know that dirty money, corruptions, all these things that they are destroying our society. For the electorate, we should have it in mind that the future of Nigeria lies in our hands. Yeah. And we should do everything possible to make sure that we hold these political leaders accountable. If you look at the recent publication by SERAP, which is Social Economic Rights and Project Accountability
Project.
If you watch, they gave a projection that by 2023, that corruption would have eaten 36% of our total national budget.
Thank you
so
very much.
So we should be careful of that, please.
All right. So as the electorate, as the one to choose someone that's going to lead this nation, lead your state, lead every aspect of government, you must be decisive on who to vote for. This is a time for campaigns. A lot of them will be saying a lot of things and throwing a lot of gifts at you, but you have to decide what to take and what not to take. My name is Favor Osaro, and on behalf of the entire team,